They knew exactly what rider was carrying the payroll. No matter what precautions we take, they always seem to find out in time.
What about your regular mail deliveries? Are those riders ever bothered?
6 times a month, we carry mail between Boonville and the mining company, and nothing happens. Once a month, we're supposed to carry the payroll and end up losing a rider, not to mention several $1,000s.
As I understand it, Mr. Courtwright, your Boonville station master is the only one who actually handles the payroll.
That's right. He puts it in the regular mail pouch. Why, the rider doesn't even know he's carrying the payroll.
How about this station master?
Ben Williams? Why, Ben's been with the company for years. He'd rather die than let us down.
Well, the information has certainly been leaking out somewhere. How far is it to Boonville?
Oh, at least a 2-day ride. Step over here and I'll show you. Let's see. Yeah, this is it. Now, this is the approximate location of the mining company's settlement. The trail runs down over Bald Mountain. Right about here is where our riders were ambushed. This is Boonville. We have a station on the south edge of town.
On that Palomino?
I don't know. I never saw him before.
I have. Someplace.
Where?
It's just it. I don't know. Follow him, Gus. See if you can find out who he is and what he's doing here.
What's the matter with you, Chet? You're getting awful jumpy lately.
Look, you just do what you're told. I'll wait for you in the saloon.
Afternoon.
Ain't nobody in there.
Oh? Well, maybe you can tell me where I can find Mr. Williams.
Yep, you're looking at him and talking to him. What can I do for you, stranger?
Cartwright's office sent me down here to pick up some horses. My name is Τζόνι Μακ Μπράουν.
Well, I'm glad to know you, Mr. Brown. Cartwright sent you, huh?
That's right.
Well, if you want some horses, guess you better talk to my boy Terry. That's his department. He's down at the corral. Come on, I'll walk over with you.
Don't bother.
Why, it ain't no bother. You know, I always get a kick out of watching that boy tie into them wild broncs. Right over here.
Come on, Terry! Everybody ride him! Come on! Stick with him! Come on! Come on, Terry! That's it, boy.
Yeah. How's he doing, honey?
He's got a rough one, Dad. Come on, boy!
Oh, Mr. Brown, I'd like to have you meet my daughter. Janet, this is Τζόνι Μακ Μπράουν.
How do you do, Mr. Brown? Come on! Come on, Terry! That's it! Come on, baby! What do you think of that stallion, Mr. Brown?
Offhand, I'd say he's pretty stubborn.
He won't be when Terry gets through with him. Come on, baby! Come on!
Oh, you got him
Come
now.
on,
That's
Terry,
it. Yeah, you got him under control now. That's it. That's the boy. Come on over here, son.
Oh. Oh, now. Oh. He's all yours.
Come on over here, son. That's nice riding, son.
How'd I do, sis?
Oh, you had me worried for a minute.
Oh, now, you ought to know better than that. Horse ain't born to get the best of your brother.
You didn't used to be so bad yourself, Dad.
Oh, Terry, this is Τζόνι Μακ Μπράουν. Denver office wants us to fix him up with some horses.
Howdy, Mr. Brown.
I'm glad to meet you, Terry. Nice bit of riding.
Thanks. How many horses you gonna need?
8 of the best.
8? Well, they never want more than 4 at a time.
Looks like you got some work to do, son.
Yeah. Well, I guess I'll have to round up some wild ones and break them for you.
That's all right. I might give you a hand.
Well, that'll be fine. We can start first thing in the morning.
Good.
Well, now that you're through talking business, Mr. Brown, how'd you like to have dinner with us tonight?
Say, now, that's a good idea. How about it, Brown? We'd like to have you.
That's mighty kind of you.
Kind nothing. Sis just wants to hear about Denver. Watch her, Mr. Brown. She'll talk you to death.
Terry?
Come on.
Thanks.
Oh, what'd you find out?
Oh, he ain't nobody important, just buying horses for Wells Fargo. How about a drink?
Yeah. Give us a drink, Didge. I wish I could remember.
Quit worrying, Chet. Drink up.
Miss Janet, you certainly turn out a fine dinner.
Thank you.
Best cook in town. Well, I hate to eat and run.
I bet you do.
I got a date. You wouldn't want me to keep the lady waiting.
Lady?
She's just jealous. See you in the morning, Johnny.
Good night, Terry.
Good night.
Have a good time, son.
I always do.
Well, you two finish your coffee. Oh, please don't get up.
Mr. Williams, you certainly have a wonderful family.
Yes, sir. They're nice kids, too. I don't know what I'd do without them. Mr. Brown, I wonder... well, when you were talking to Cartwright, did he say anything about the trouble we've been having?
What kind of trouble?
A couple of our riders got ambushed and killed, and because of the circumstances, I'm afraid some people may think that I... Well, after all, it's no affair of yours.
He did mention that you were one of his most trusted men.
Oh? Well, now, it's nice to hear that.
More coffee, anybody?
No thanks. Not for me. Well, I sort of feel like Terry. I hate to eat and run.
Oh, you're not leaving us so soon, are you, Johnny?
No, you can't blame him, honey. He's been riding steady for a couple of days. I expect he'd like to get some rest. Right, Mr. Brown?
A good night's sleep won't do me any harm.
Well, where are you staying?
Sign said there were some rooms over the saloon, so I guess I'll bunk there.
Well, now, I wish we had enough room to put you up, but tell you what, you can put your horse in our barn. We take good care of him.
Thanks. I believe I'll do that. And thanks again for the dinner.
Oh, it was nice having you.
Back in a minute, honey.
All right, Dad.
Know where the spot's off dealing. Pretty steady. Get better, little boy.
Hello?
Be with you in a minute.
Ed.
Why, Johnny Mac Brown.
You old rascal.
What are you doing in Boonville?
I should ask you the same question. I thought you'd retired.
Oh, that was more than 2 years ago. Say, by golly, you know, the last time I was in Denver, I heard some mighty big things about you. Now, let's see. What were they calling you? Oh, yeah, the roughest, toughest, fightingest, meanest...
Oh, no,
marshal.
wait a minute. You're supposed to be the meanest.
Oh. Well, sit down, Johnny. Sit down.
Thanks. How did you happen to be sheriff? I thought you were going to loaf the rest of your life.
Well, the truth of the matter is they couldn't get anybody else to take the job. This is a small county, and they can't afford much of a salary.
So you jumped at the chance to get back in traces, huh?
Listen, someday you'll know how it feels to be forced into retirement. But what brings you here, Johnny? Oh, I bet it's got something to do with those Wells Fargo killings, huh?
That's right, Ed.
I figured they'd be sending somebody, and they couldn't have sent a better man. The government doesn't like the idea of their mail carriers being ambushed.
Tell me, just what do you make of it?
Well, Johnny, I haven't made a darn thing of it. See, I've had absolutely nothing to go on.
Then we both can start from scratch. Why don't you tell me all you know about it?
Well, I've tried my darndest to figure out how anybody could know when those payroll shipments leave town. You see, the station master draws the money out of the bank about 2 weeks before it's due at the mine. During those 2 weeks, at least 3 riders go through here. One of the riders picks up the payroll shipment, but nobody's supposed to know which one.
Nobody but the paymaster, huh?
That's right, Johnny. It all points to Ben Williams, and that's just what don't make sense. Why, I've known Ben for years. He's never done a wrong thing in his life. Why, he's the one who wrote me about him needing a sheriff in this county.
I see. But even so, he seems to be the only logical key to the situation. Now, Ed, we've got to face facts.
Well, just the same, Johnny, I'd stake my life on Ben's honesty.
Is there anyone else in town that's acting sort of strange or suspicious?
Well, no more than you find in any frontier settlement. Oh, we have the usual number of questionable characters, but I imagine they'll be drifting along when they hear about you being in town.
Oh, they won't hear about me. I don't want to tip my hand just yet. All anybody knows is I'm in town to buy horses from Williams.
Oh, I see. It's Mr. instead of Marshall, huh? Well, all right, Johnny. If anybody should ask me, I've never seen you before.
Good.
Where are you going?
Oh, I think I'll go down to the saloon and see if I can get myself a room.
Oh.
I'll keep in touch with you.
Fine. Goodbye, Johnny, and good luck to you.
Thanks, old-timer. I'll see you.
You bet.
$160. I'll have to go light. As long as it's just the two of us, I'll drag 40. Let's see him. Kings. Full. Better luck next time.
I'll pay you back. Whiskey.
Just a minute.
What do you mean, just a minute?
I just thought I'd finish wiping the glass.
Go ahead. Well, go ahead. When I ask for something, I don't like to wait. Hey, you better pour me that drink. Just the bottle, friend. You're shaking. You know, if I was to shake like that, this gun would go off.
I wouldn't be playing games with a loaded gun. Someone is liable to get hurt. Put it back.
Put it away, friend. I like a fair fight.
Are you all right?
Yes. Thanks, mister. Could I buy you a drink?
No, thanks. But you could rent me a room.
Oh, I don't handle that, sir.
Well, who does?
I do.
Hello.
That was very neatly done, mister. I like the way you handled yourself. Not many men stand up to Chet Murdoch.
Oh, really?
Really. Did I hear you say you were looking for a place to sleep?
Yes, ma'am. Have you got a room?
I think I can fix you up. We don't have a register here. Most of my customers can't write, and the others wouldn't want to sign their real names. Number 4, top of the stairs, first room on the left.
Thank you, ma'am.
Call me Meg. Everybody does.
All right. I'd like to pay for any damage I've caused here.
Forget it, Mr. Brown. Chet started the fight. He can pay for it.
Fair enough. How did you know my name?
I know a lot of things. Good night.
Good night.
Hello, May.
Good night, Terry. See you in the morning.
Good night. Well, there they are. Just like having my own herd. Plenty of water and grazing around, so they never stray very far.
It's a nice-looking bunch. How do you want to work this?
Well, there's a box canyon about a mile from here. We'll run a few of them in there and cut out the ones we want.
Good deal.
Oh, by the way, there's a little black mare running with him. I've been trying to catch her for a couple of weeks, and if you spot her, see if you can rope her for me. She's just a little thing. You can't miss her.
What's so special about her?
Oh, nothing. I just kind of promised a present to somebody, that's all.
Janet?
No, not Janet.
Mm-hmm. And judging from last night, I have a pretty good idea who she is. And not bad, either. Well, let's get to work.
How many?
3. 1. Some dealer. All right, Pidge.
How's the boy, Chet? Little bourbon, Pidge. Love's a wonderful thing, Chet. Chet, you ever been in love?
You look very happy, Chet. What's the matter? Did you lose again?
Yeah, but that don't bother me.
Then what does?
Don't you think you're putting it on a little thick with that kid?
Terry? Why, Chet, I do believe you're jealous.
Don't talk foolish. I'm just worried about the trouble you're letting yourself in for when it comes time to brush him off.
You let me worry about that when the time comes, huh? I'll be able to get rid of him. In the meantime, you have to admit he's very useful to us.
Yeah. How do you do it, May? There ain't a man alive who wouldn't do anything you wanted him to. All it takes is a snap of your fingers.
Think so?
I know so.
Good morning, Johnny.
Morning. Where's Rebel? I don't see him in the corral.
No, I just put him in a stall, but if you want, I'll saddle him up for you.
No, thanks. He deserves a rest. Do you mind if I use one of yours?
There they are. Take your choice.
I kind of like that little pinto.
Oh, come on, saddle him up.
Thank you.
You're more than welcome.
Dad!
Well, what's the matter, son?
Where's he going on that pinto?
Well, I don't know. He didn't say.
Why?
Never mind.
Dad?
I don't know, honey. I don't know.
May.
Don't you know how to knock?
Something went wrong. Johnny Mac Brown took the pinto and headed towards Bald Mountain.
What happened?
I couldn't help it. I just happened to see him riding off.
Toward the trail?
May, is Chet up there?
Where else would he be this time of day?
Yeah.
You know, Terry, this might be a lucky break for us.
What are you talking about?
Johnny Mac Brown may say he's after horses, but he's got law written all over him. When Chet and Gus finish him off, we won't have a thing to worry about.
Unless something goes wrong.
It won't. No one gets the best of Chet, honey. When it comes to a gunfight, he knows all the tricks. Cheer up, Terry. Haven't I always been right?
Yeah, and always about the wrong things.
What do you mean?
You know what I mean. Or don't you have a conscience?
You better get yourself a drink. You're falling apart.
Yeah, maybe I better.
Chet!
What?
Rider coming.
Good. Looks like we're back in the chips.
You missed him.
I ain't blind.
See if you can work around and back him. I'll draw his fire.
Right.
Why were you trying to dry gulch me?
Why,
Come on, start talking.
you was on the Pinto, and we figured you had the payroll.
We? So you got a friend up there, huh?
Chet, did you
Shut up. What's the idea? The rider on that Pinto was no regular mail carrier?
I know that. I told May there was going to be...
Where is May?
She's in the office. Chet, wait.
Glad you're back, Chet. Where's Gus?
Last I saw him, he was stretched out waiting for a tombstone.
What happened?
That's what I'd like to know. Who was riding that Pinto?
Well, didn't you recognize him?
I never got that close. Who was it?
The name is Τζόνι Μακ Μπράουν. He's the one who shoved you around last night.
Oh, that guy. Brown?
That's right.
Now I know where I've seen him before. Dallas. He was a deputy marshal there.
Then he was a lawman.
I knew there was something familiar about him. How did he come to be riding a Pinto?
He borrowed a horse from Welles Fargo and got the Pinto by accident. Cherry tried to stop him, but, well, you know the rest. Anyhow, I'm glad we're rid of him.
What makes you so sure we're rid of him?
Didn't you drop him?
No, when he nailed Gus, I hightailed it for town.
Why didn't you finish him off?
Look, I'm lucky to be here as it is. Some of the slugs he threw almost got me.
But now he can identify you.
I told you before, we never got that close.
Well, that's something.
What are we going to do now?
I don't know. The whole deal's getting too hot to handle. I think after tonight, we better call it quits.
What do you mean, after tonight?
No rider came through today. That means the payroll is still in Wells Fargo safe.
Oh, wait a minute. I'm not taking that kind of a chance. Not right here in town.
Why not? The sheriff and everyone else will be at the dance tonight. Everybody but old man Williams, and he'll be at the station alone.
What makes you think so?
Oh, he's sentimental. Hasn't been to a dance since his wife died.
Ain't that sweet? You know, it could be a perfect setup.
Then you'll do it?
Yeah.
But keep your face covered. Don't let him identify you.
If he does, I'll make sure he never identifies anybody else.
Oh, don't do that. You'll have the kid gunning after you. Terry's not so easy to handle anymore, and if his old man gets shot up, we're in for trouble.
Now, May, you shouldn't worry me like that.
Be careful, Chet.
I will. Next time I come through this door, we'll have a little celebration. Just you and me.
What's up?
May figures we better call it quits. No use taking any more chances.
Good. What about Johnny Mac Brown?
I left him up in the mountain. Why?
Is he dead?
Well, kid, if you're so concerned, why don't you ride up and ask him?
Johnny, what happened?
A couple of men tried to ambush me.
Ambush you? You aren't hurt, are you?
Oh, I'm all right. Lucky, I guess. What are you doing way out here?
You were gone so long, I started to get worried. I don't understand it, Johnny. Why would anybody want to kill you?
We'll talk about that later.
All right. Where's your horse?
Still running. He doesn't like gunfights. I'll pick him up tomorrow. Right now, I want to get back to town. You think your pony can carry both of us?
Sure, but we won't get much speed out of him. It'll probably be dark before we get back. Climb aboard.
Stay where you are, Williams. Get covered. And don't turn around.
What do you want?
That's what I call a real bright question. Slide that payroll back along the floor. Hurry up.
Sneaking sidewinder, it's time for you to take orders. Get on your feet.
I should have plugged you in the first place.
Now let's see your face. Take down that mask. Take down that mask, I said.
See my face, huh?
Look at that crowd. Something must be wrong.
We'll soon find out.
Sheriff, what's the matter?
I'm sorry, Janet.
What is it?
It's your dad, honey. He's been shot. There's nothing you can do, Janet.
You don't...
How did it happen, Ed?
I don't rightly know, Johnny. Nobody heard the shots. I just happened over here to ask Ben if you were back in town, and I found him lying there.
Whoever did it took the payroll.
That's right.
Does Terry know about this?
I doubt it. He's been drinking all day.
Then he's over at the saloon. Meet me there as soon as possible. Oh, have your wife take care of Janet, will you?
Right, Johnny. Come along, Eddie. Come along.
Anyway, we got the money.
Yeah, but will you live long enough to spend it?
Why not?
Terry's out front, sprawled over a table. When he sobers up and finds out what you did to his old man...
How's he gonna know I did it?
Oh, come on, Chet. The kid's not that dumb.
Yeah. You may be right.
What are you gonna do?
Throw him over his horse and take him for a little ride.
Now you're making sense. What's the matter? Don't you trust me, honey?
Almost, but not quite. You see, I know you too well. You and me were two of a kind.
You're right, Chet. That's why you can trust me. Because deep down you know you and I were meant for each other.
I better be moving.
What's the matter?
Come here.
Terry. Terry. Wake up.
Glad you found him, Johnny. Sure looks like he needs some help.
He's really out.
Yeah, I don't suppose he'll be coming around very fast.
Get his hat. We'll take him over to your office.
Oh, well, why don't we take him home?
Get his hat.
All right. Come on. Come on, kid.
They're taking him to jail, but why? What can they prove?
Nothing. And he's not gonna talk. He'd hang himself if he did.
Maybe hanging won't matter to him when he finds out what you did to his old man.
Yeah, that's a thought. If you could talk to the kid, you think he'd listen?
Depends upon what I say.
Don't worry about that. I'll tell you what to say.
Why don't we just let the boy sleep it off? Why'd you bring him here, Johnny?
You'll understand everything after I ask him a few questions.
Oh?
Let me have the water.
Okay.
Let me alone.
He's coming around all right.
Yeah, that ought to do it.
Let me alone, will you? You.
That's right, Terry. Kind of surprised to see me, aren't you?
Johnny, what in blazes are you talking about? Why should he be surprised?
To see me alive. When I was up on the trail this afternoon, I came very near getting dry gulched.
Dry gulched? Why?
Terry can answer that.
I don't know what you mean.
It's no use, Terry. I had a talk with one of your friends. He thought I was carrying the payroll because I was riding the pinto.
Riding a pinto? Johnny, what are you driving at?
It's Terry's job to have a fresh horse for every rider that comes through here. But he made a point of having two horses, one a pinto. Now, if the rider was to carry the payroll, he made sure that he rode the pinto, which was a dead giveaway.
You mean he used the pinto to signal somebody from the trail? Well, but how could Terry know which rider was going to carry the payroll?
Well, that's obvious. You see, the Wells Fargo office and the living quarters are in the same building. And it's easy for Terry to sneak in and watch his father handle the payroll.
I never thought of that.
You're doing a lot of talking, but you can't prove anything.
That's right, Terry. I can't prove anything. That's where you're going to help me.
I'm going to help you?
You see, you're not in this thing alone. I think Chet Murdoch is in it, too. But I can't take action until you give me a statement.
Look, suppose you're right. What makes you think I'm going to tell you who my friends are?
Ed, I think it's time we told him about his so-called friends and what they did to his father.
Dad? What's he got to do with this?
Nothing anymore, Terry. You see, he's dead.
Dead?
It happened early tonight. Somebody shot him and took the payroll.
I know this is a terrible shock to you, Terry, but if you can pull yourself together long enough to give me a statement, I'm sure I can square things for your father. Think it over. I'll be in the other office.
If I could get my hands on you, I'd kill you.
Shh, take it easy, Terry. I'm here to help you.
Like you did last night?
Oh, I know how you feel about your dad, but I didn't have anything to do with it, honey. It was Chet's idea. I wouldn't do anything to hurt you. This'll get you out. I'll make sure Chet's at the saloon, and after you settle with him, we can leave town together. Together, Terry.
What is it, Johnny?
It's Terry.
Huh? What is it, son? I don't know. I think I've been poisoned or something. Huh? Oh, it must have been some rotten whiskey. We better get the doctor, Johnny.
Where will I find him?
Down the street, right next to the general store. Can I do anything for you, son? Yeah, get me some water.
Yeah, sure. There you are, son.
Oh! Sorry, old-timer.
Doc is out of town.
Johnny, the kid busted out on me.
What?
I don't know what to say. It happened so fast, I didn't know what was...
Don't worry about it. He won't go far. I imagine he's looking for Murdoch.
And our best bet's the saloon.
Right. You take the alley and cover the back. I'll cover the street.
All right, Johnny, anything you say, but watch yourself.
You do the same. When you get set, yell.
Right.
May!
You, Terry? You didn't waste much time.
Where is he?
Oh, I'm sorry, Terry. I couldn't keep him here. He rode out of town just a few minutes ago.
You could keep any man here if you wanted to.
But, honey...
Where is he?
Here I am, kid. I've been waiting for you.
Nice shooting. I told him you knew all the tricks.
Johnny! Johnny!
Stay where you are, Ed.
All right.
Chet, Terry must have told him about us.
Yeah. Here.
Well, what do we do?
You stagger out in the street like you've been hit. That'll pull him out in the open.
But then what?
I'll pick him off with this. Come on.
Chet, I can't.
Don't worry, they're not gonna shoot a woman. Here, put that gun in your purse. Hurry up, Fancy. Now get out there.
Don't shoot! Don't shoot! Don't shoot!
Where's Murdoch?
Dead. He's dead. Yeah. Why, you...
You had it figured right, Johnny. Johnny! What? Ed. Tell Janet I tried to help.
Sure, Terry. Sure. Terry. What's the matter with you, Johnny?
I stopped one, too.
Well, we better see if we can't get you fixed up. I'll send a couple of boys over for Terry.
All right.
Come on.
Well, Ed, I guess you'll be retiring again now.
Oh, no, not on your life, Johnny. I'm not trading my saddle for a rocking chair, not as long as I can lift a 6-gun. Hey, you better get aboard.
Right. Oh, by the way, Ed, I want you to take care of Rebel.
Don't you worry about that horse of yours. I'm riding to Denver in a few days. I'll bring him with me.
Good. Miss Janet, I can't tell
Johnny
you how
Mac
much...
Brown, if you're trying to say goodbye to me, you might as well save your breath. Dr. Sloan says you have to have a nurse along on the trip, and he says I'm the only one who can qualify for the job.
That's right, Johnny. That's what the doc said.
And besides, I'm going to visit my aunt in Denver.
Yeah, time to pull out. Come on, Johnny. Get aboard. Get aboard.
All right, Ed. See you later.
You betcha. Good luck to you. All right, driver, take it away.
Bye.
Goodbye.